Hello everybody! Welcome back. My name is Rachel. If this is your first time, thank you so much for watching. Today I'm going to show you my everyday makeup look, which is what I'm wearing right now. So this is what I wear. This is kind of what I would wear to work pre-COVID. I'd have to put on makeup, maybe have 10 to 15 minutes to put on makeup, get to work and look put together and look like I tried, but like didn't really try that hard, you know? You kind of know what I mean? Like you want to look like you have some makeup on, but you don't have time to spend all day putting on your makeup.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
This I find really works for me. I do winged liner, so you're gonna get a little bit of a tutorial on winged liner. Even though we are wearing, like I'm wearing a mask to work now, so I actually don't even wear makeup to work anymore, which is kind of awesome because it's even less time to get ready to go to work. But you could wear this with a mask. I really don't have a lot of products kind of in the mask area, and the products that I do have, I show you how to really make it last and stay on your skin. So yeah, here we go. Let's just get on with it. Thank you. Okay, let's do it. So I've already primed my eyes. I used the Morphe eyelid primer and I just put it on my eyelids about 5 minutes ago, so it's had time to set. For every day, I actually really don't use eyeshadow. What I do is I use my bronzer and I sweep my bronzer into my crease. So I'm gonna do that. I have the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula, and I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. This is from Sephora. They don't sell this anymore, but I'll find something similar and I'll put it in the description box. But just any kind of fluffy brush is good. I'm just gonna tap it in the bronzer, tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna take that and just put it into the crease. Good thing is you don't have to really be precise with it. Now, for a day-to-day basis for me, I do actually wear winged liner. I like it. I like how it looks. Now, the thing with a winged eyeliner is, it is difficult, but the more you practice it, the better you're going to get at it.
Wow.
So I've been doing it for a really long time, so I'm pretty good at it, but I'm not perfect at it. They're hardly ever exactly even. So you kind of have to go into it knowing and expecting it not to be perfect, because if you expect perfection, you're going to be here for hours. So I try to get them as close as possible, and I'll show you guys a way that if you do kind of screwed up, you can fix it. So for my liquid eyeliner, I'm going to use the tattoo liner from Kat Von D, or they're called KVD Vegan Beauty now. So this is my favorite liquid eyeliner. It's really easy to use and it lasts all day. So first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm actually just gonna draw a line on my upper lash line. Next step, I'm actually gonna draw a line from the outer corner of my eye, and I'm gonna try to aim in the direction of the tail of my brow. So I did that on my right eye. Now the trick is I'm gonna try to match it on my left eye. Try being the keyword. Okay, they're not quite even. I can already just see this one's a little bit higher than this one. That's okay, I'm gonna go with it. At the end, I can clean it up. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that line that I drew in this direction, and about 3/4 of the way up, I'm gonna connect it down to my lash line. So you see I've created a sort of like triangle, and now I'm gonna fill it in. So I've created the wing on that side. Now I'm gonna try to do this side. Okay, this side is much higher than this side. So I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit and I'm gonna come back to it. When you're doing your winged liner, you really want to make sure that you're not tugging at your eye too much, because the skin around your eyes is really delicate. So you just want to make sure that you're not really pulling or tugging too much. Sometimes I do place my hand on the side of my face just to like hold it taut. I'm not really trying to pull too much, so definitely be careful with that. Another thing too with winged liner, make sure you start off small. If you really take a big wing and then you go on this side and try to even it out, you're gonna keep going back and forth and creating bigger and bigger and bigger wings. So I would say start off kind of small and thin, and that gives you the chance to be able to build it up without it getting too crazy. Okay, so I think it's enough time for this has dried. Ooh, excuse me. Here's my trick. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a Q-tip and I'm gonna take some eye makeup remover. And I'm just gonna squeeze some of the eye makeup remover onto the tip of the Q-tip, and I'm just gonna roll it so it creates a little bit of a point. Then I'm gonna take this wing and I'm gonna go on the bottom part and try to just erase some of it so that it goes up more. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry before I get back to it.
A few moments later.
Okay, I think that's dry for the most part. So I'm actually gonna try to bring this side up a little higher. I got it as even as I could. Again, not perfect, but that's okay. Now I'm gonna go to my eyelashes. So what I do is first I curl my eyelashes, and then I put on a eyelash primer, and this is from Marc Jacobs. This is the Velvet Primer. I put this on before my mascara because I really feel that it holds my curl and it gives me more volume with whatever mascara I put on top. And I let that sit for about 30 seconds to a minute before I add my mascara. Okay, while I'm waiting for my eyelash primer to dry, I'm actually gonna start to prep my under eyes. So on a daily basis, I really don't wear foundation. For me, it's just extra makeup on my face that I know I'm gonna sweat off anyway, and it's gonna look worse than if I just didn't wear any makeup at all. So no foundation. And I did prep my skin before I started doing my makeup, and I always prep my skin with a vitamin C serum, an eye cream, and a moisturizer, and SPF every day. So my skin's already prepped and ready to go. If you watch my under eye dark circles video, I'm gonna do the same routine that I do there. So I'm gonna start off with the Becca under eye brightening corrector in light to medium first. I'm just gonna take my ring finger, rub it in, and then just pat it under my eyes. Okay, I think I'm ready to add my mascara now. So today I'm going to be using the Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. Okay, so I'm gonna do my concealer next. I have a damp sponge. This one's from e.l.f. And I'm gonna take my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Beige. And I'm gonna dot that under my eyes. Not too much, less is more. You can always add product, but it's really hard to take product away once you've already put it on your face. So I'm gonna take my damp sponge, and I'm just going to blend it out. Now I'm gonna take some more concealer. You can use the same shade if you want. I'm just gonna use the shade Light Neutral which has a little more of a neutral undertone, and I'm gonna put it in the places that I want to conceal. Like around my nose gets a little red, my chin, and maybe some spots on my face. So far, so good. Okay, now this is the key to making all of this last. Setting your face. I use a loose powder to set all the places that I just placed that concealer down. And I really feel like this makes my makeup last. Through sweating, through dancing, through anything, through wearing a mask. So I'm gonna take the Ilia Soft Focus powder, and I'm gonna use my damp sponge, and I'm gonna dip my damp sponge into the powder, and then I'm gonna set my under eyes and all the places I put concealer. All right, so I'm gonna continue on with the rest of my face. Now, a lot of times I really love to wear cream products like cream bronzer, cream blush on a bare face like this without foundation. But a lot of times the cream products don't last as long as powder products. So if I want my makeup to really last and I don't have a lot of time, I will choose powder products over cream products. So I'm gonna use the butter bronzer that I used on the crease of my eye to just warm up my face. And I'm gonna take a domed bronzer brush from Benefit. I'm gonna tap it in, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna just do the perimeter of my face. As well as my neck and under my jawline. Looking like I have a little bit of life in my skin now. Now, on a daily basis, I don't wear highlighter. If I want to get like a glowy look, I'll use a blush that has luminosity to it. So I will choose something that has a little bit of a sheen to it, and that way it kind of gives me that look of a highlighter without having to apply one, and I can just skip the step altogether. So today I have the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Berry Amore. It has kind of like a little bit of a sparkle to it, so it's nice, you know, it gives that kind of sheeny look without me having to apply a highlighter. Now I like, for something like this, to have much more of a fluffy brush because I don't want to put a whole bunch of product on at once. It's better to be able to build than to add too much product and then you're kind of screwed when you can't take it off. So I have just a small point brush from Sonia Kashuk. I got this at Target. I'm just gonna tap it in and then tap off the excess. And I'm just gonna start to swirl this more towards kind of the upper part of my cheek. Now, with something like this, because it does have that kind of sparkly sheen to it, I don't like to take it too far in because I feel like it emphasizes my pores in this area on my face. So I try to keep it a little bit more back and high up. And I feel like that also kind of lifts my face up. Last few things for my eyebrows. If I'm in a rush, I am blessed with thicker brows, so I don't really feel like I have to fill them in. So what I do is I use a tinted brow gel and I just comb it through. This one from e.l.f. is awesome. It's the Wow Brow, and it's got kind of like a smaller tip to it, and it really gives me a little bit of filling in that I might need, and it keeps my brow hairs lifted. And generally, whenever you add a brow product, you want to kind of start in the middle or like 2/3 to the side, because wherever you place your brush first is going to deposit the most pigment and the most product. And I find if I put too much product in this part of my brows, it kind of looks fake. I'd rather have more of the product towards the tail of my brow and less towards the front. So I just brush it through, and then whatever's left on the brush, I'll go through the front of the brow. Now, for the lower part of my eyes, I'm gonna keep it simple. I don't really like to add too much because if I'm trying to make my makeup last all day, the more products I use on my lower lash line, the more chances that they have to transfer down. So I don't wear any mascara on my lower lashes, and really all I do is I take a little bit of eyeliner. I'm gonna use black. I have the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon. I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna line kind of the outer third of my lower lash line. And just connect it to the wing. I'm just going to add an inner corner highlight. And what that means is I'm gonna take kind of like a light shimmery shade and I'm gonna pop that in the inner corner of my eye and just pop it in the inner corner. And that automatically just kind of gave me some brightness to my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna set my face with some setting spray. I'm gonna use the Urban Decay All Nighter. Okay, and then lastly for lips. So I either go one of two directions. I can either go with a matte liquid lipstick that's gonna give me lots of color and is going to stay put all day. Or I can go on the other side of the spectrum and do just like a lip balm or a lip gloss, something I can just reapply without even looking in a mirror. It gives my lips a little bit of shine, but is very low maintenance. So today I'm gonna go with that side. One of my new absolute favorite products is the ColourPop Luxe Lip Oil, and this is in the shade Local Time. It is so nice to wear on the lips, and it gives you a shine, but it's a lip oil, so it just feels like so like oily. I don't know. It feels good. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, it's so nice. And in the tube, it looks kind of like a pinky color, but I think on the lips, it's pretty much clear. So it's easy to apply and you don't need lip liner, you don't need a mirror, you don't need anything. So love this. Okay guys, so that's it. This is my everyday makeup. My go-to makeup if I have about 10 to 15 minutes. Of course, I talked through this, so it took me more than 10 to 15 minutes, but if I'm not talking, it takes me no time, and it makes me look put together, and it makes me feel like, you know, I'm good and I don't have to worry about my makeup during the day. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if there's anything else you would like to see. I'm loving your suggestions, and yeah, thank you so much. Bye.